With Spectres of the Rail being an update that revolutionizes how players farm for their prime parts, you might be lost, but I'm here to help you, to guide you through the update, and hopefully at the end of this video you'll be able to farm your prime parts without too much struggle.
Questions on my
First thing that you're going to want to do is head up to the Mars Junction on Earth. That's where you're going to have to start, because you have to get the segment that goes in your ship so that you can see all the relics and also upgrade them and stuff, but that's going to be later on. Once you're there, you'll be greeted with a couple objectives on the screen, and all you have to do is to complete them on Earth. It's not really too hard. You just have to get a couple Rubido and then kill a couple Greniers, and then you come back to the junction. There's going to be a Spectre waiting there for you. Just fight him off, go up to the window, press the button, and then the mission's going to be completed. You come back to your ship with the segment, you install it, and you should be all done. When you open that panel up, if you're a new player, there might be nothing, although if you're an experienced player, there might be a lot of relics that you have no idea you had before. That's because they transformed all your void keys into relics, and they're pretty much organized in the same way. So Axie would be Tower 4, Neo would be Tower 3, and so on. When you click on a certain relic, you'll have the prime items that are contained inside that relic appearing on the right. You can also have the odds of those items, and you can also see that there's void traces at the bottom. Those three things are really three separate things that I'll have to explain. When you're at your navigation panel, you'll see that there's a new icon at the top right of your screen. Click on it and a drop-down menu of a couple missions will appear. From there, the first thing that you should do is select a relic that you don't care about based on the items that can drop from it. By sacrificing that relic, you'll be able to farm some traces that'll make it really easy for you to actually get the items that you care about. For you people out there that don't really have any relics to sacrifice, you can farm them at the same places that you used to farm for prime keys, so it's really easy, it's really quick, and you're gonna get a lot of relics like that. During your mission, you're gonna have to run around the map and try to find the yellow fissure that kind of hangs up in the air. When you find it, walk up to it, press X in order to use the relic that you equipped for the mission, and enemies are going to start coming out of it. At that point, if you kill the void enemies that come out of it, they're going to be dropping yellow orbs, and you can pick those up off the ground. Your objective is going to be to put 10 of them in the fissure in order to close it. But while you do that, some special enemies are going to be spawning. Those are Xmises, and you have to kill them in order to get the void traces that I talked before. You should also be running Necros, because if you kill the Xmises and desecrate them, more traces are going to be coming off their bodies, and that's really to your advantage. You should also be running the Braton Prime, as when you kill the enemies, they get slashed in 2 pieces, and that's more for you to desecrate. When you're all done farming your traces, just close up the fissure and head out to the extraction. At that point, you'll have the choice to select whatever reward that dropped from relics, as if you're playing with teammates, like here, you're gonna have multiple rewards that you can choose, but don't worry, you're not gonna steal anyone's reward. You can just pick and duplicate it, and it's just gonna work fine.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done.
When you're back in your ship, head to the relic segment, and you'll see that the amount of traces that you had before has increased. If you repeat the previous steps over and over again and farm missions until you have 100 traces, you'll be able to use those traces to level up the relic that you have to the radiant state. When the relic is leveled up, the odds of getting a rare item are going to be much higher, and the odds of getting a common item are going to be much lower. You're going to be able to farm the items that you want much faster, especially if you have 3 more teammates which run the same relic as you and that they're all radiants. That means you have 4 chances that are very high at getting the rare item that you want. If you check the wiki, the odds of getting the rare item that you want with 4 people running the same relic on Radiant are pretty high. In 2 to 3 runs, you should be able to get any rare item out of the relics. That's why with Spectres of the Rail, it's a lot more efficient to actually play with friends and get all the relics leveled up to Radiant before you try to farm for anything. But who the hell has friends in Warframe anyway? When it comes down to the Void, it works like any other planet now. As you progress through the solar chart, you should be able to get there one day, and if you do, then you're gonna have to unlock every node by playing the one before that. For example, for the Uko node in the Void, you have to go through the nodes in Neptune in order to get there, otherwise you can't really get there and it's gonna be stuck. Apart from that, the solar chart is pretty straightforward and everything works the same way, so hopefully you guys can figure it out yourselves, and well, if not, well, I'm not the guy to blame. Thank you guys for watching the video. I really hope you liked it, and if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. Really try to explain everything the best way I could. And until then, see you next video.